I really want you to feel welcome to use the words and the language in your heart that might feel better. Um, Knowing that many of you have been earth holders for a long time before earth holders got their name, and some of you might be very new to the sangha. All of that is really, really wonderful because I just know by showing up and being part of this whole Sangha body of energy that comes from so long ago, from all over the world and all of our ancestral traditions, that we bring the shared value and shared reality and shared purpose of caring for ourselves and looking at the realities in the world, both in humanity and in the earth, with the eyes of interbeing and with compassion and wisdom and support. Um, and so we already have all of the answers inside of us. I don't want intentions or aspirations to feel like homework in a university, that there's no right or wrong doing here. So maybe you want to stay seated, or I know some of you are driving mindfully and you must keep your eyes open. And if you would like to actually lay down or practice walking meditation, I want you to feel encouraged to take this 20 minutes to allow your body to be in a soft place, a place where you can start to invite your shoulders down away from your ears and for your tongue to relax and to begin to feel our bodies here together, vibrating with the connection, the guidance and support of our Earth Mother and our Grandfather Sun. And I'll begin our meditation with 3 sounds of the bell, and I will close it with 2, and then we'll have about 5 to 7 minutes of writing time so that we don't have to rush. Dwelling here in this present moment, seated or laying down or moving, bringing attention to receiving the in-breath and releasing the out-breath. Kindly and gently bringing the mind to the muscles that feel the breathing, that are holding the breathing, kindly and gently coming to the breath. Feeling our bodies soften into the gravity of Mother Earth. Inviting an element of imagination as we stay connected with our breath in our mind's eye or in our heart space, bringing into our imagination as if we're surrounded by our favorite landscape, our favorite place in nature. Maybe it's clear blue water that's warm and soft, with savanna grasses swaying around the edges and herons flying by. Toes are in the sand, leaning against a strong, tall tree. Allowing the details of this favorite, in this moment, favorite place in nature to surround us and soak into ourselves. There are these refreshing elements that we can feel on our cheeks and our hearts. And there's also the depth of the water and the roots. So many different kinds of roots reaching deep into the earth, holding it steady. And we can dwell here, receiving so much just by being present with this place inside of us. And invited to stay here as we reflect on those first moments that we encountered the sangha. Maybe through a book or a retreat or a living room sangha. And to see ourselves, maybe much younger or only a little bit recently, and to invite them here. And with a softened belly and fluid breaths, inviting us to reflect on the growth of the sangha, how much it's grown and changed and adapted, how much more it can hold and transform in us. And beginning to invite that feeling in our heart in as well, holding it close and breathing with it. and reflecting on our intentions. Asking our heart, our body, what would I like to practice with? What energies do I see in me that are so connected with Mother Earth, like generosity or slowness, deep, profound listening, having faith in the power of community. Maybe it's this intention of being a good friend to ourselves and to others. And allowing these, maybe not even words, but just felt senses in the physical realm to swirl around and float like leaves in the wind or landing on the water. Nothing to grab, but just to sit in while breathing and allowing. And the things that we would like to give to our future self and our future sangha, knowing that all of our different experiences and needs create a colorful sangha of different ages and backgrounds, classes, structures. What could I give to myself and to my sangha that I feel is coming from a deep well of love and compassionate, energizing energy, or soft, subtle presence for myself and for others. And allowing this to mix with our heart's aspirations, being a refuge for those who are scared, protecting someone when they're careless or tired, celebrating people's successes, transformations, and again, just inviting us to sit in it and with it around us. And then you can stay like this, and also you can slowly get your paper and your pen or pencil, and I invite you to write down a few sentences that might not have punctuation. It might come out more like a poem or a list. And I invite you to write things in the present moment, such as I blank. These could be intentions or aspirations for our path as earth holders and earth protectors through many, many moments. But what's alive in this moment to be shared? And you can continue writing, or you can stay with what you've written so far. It's okay if you haven't written a single thing. And I invite you, if you would like to, we have 5 minutes to share one or two or three of them in the chat. And Aaron, my brother, will read them aloud so that we can sit and hear some of the intentions and aspirations of our fellow Sangha siblings and let them come into us too. So I'll start by typing a little bit. Let's see.
Sarah shares, I serve my community to the best of my abilities. I trust my sangha to grow in wisdom and in love. I give compassion to my heart every day. I honor my ancestors by walking gently on the path of liberation, feeling this love. And as we are listening and hearing, we can try to feel in our bodies and allow ourselves to take in the whole, our collective aspirations. And Padma shares, I am an earth holder. I am continuing to move to zero waste. I continue to listen for wisdom shared from trees, rocks, and other siblings, hearing wisdom and accountability. Nomi shares, as an older person, I aspire to support younger ones in whatever ways are useful for them to take their steps, both small and large, perhaps. I and something bold for all living beings and future beings. I'm bold, feeling the strength and energy and just allowing it to go into us. Terence shares, this mind, this body, this environment, how to use these tools, and just opening ourselves into the question, being with that. Thank you. Beautiful to hear all these voices and can touch the threads in ourselves and feel it weaving our community together a little bit if we can. There's many more voices that are not in the thread, but we can practice to hear. Maybe we look at some of the faces and we can hear, as the sutra says, so what is also not being spoken, and that's a good practice for us. Hear what's being said and what is also not being said. Teresa shares, I am of the earth. I can live deeply, letting storms blow across my surface and creating change while remaining strong, whole, grounded. A diverse community of life makes me resilient. Deep listening is my natural way of being. Touching that and the listening presence and allowing. Joy shares connection. Each of us, children of the earth, sharing her boundless generosity and continuous creativity, we become one in our shared aspiration of caring for the earth, caring for ourselves, caring for each other. Nourished by our deep connection, we can let go of craving. We can surrender to the earth holding us. Beautiful. Taking that in. Generosity and caring, connection, letting go, craving. Johanna shares, I carry the earth with me every breath. I care for myself as an extension of the earth. As I want to care for the earth, I act with hope and compassion. Just letting hope and compassion be there. Susan shares, I love the earth and entire cosmos, listening and feeling all they have to share, to interbe, touch the energy of interbeing if we can feel it, the cosmos. Nicole, I hope to prioritize the health of our shared biosphere moving forward in my personal and professional aspirations. I hope to have deeper patience and grace with myself and others. I hope to keep a more open mind, listening deeply, and never stop learning. Letting ourselves feel that our work and our lives, grace, patience, listening, learning. I think we're supposed to do this for about 5 minutes, and I think we can finish from Mayra soon. We'll try to wrap up soon. What is the relationship? This is from Mayra. What is the relationship? Today I'm deeply aware that when I tend a garden, where is the me that is caring for the earth? I am so aware the earth is caring for me. This beautiful feeling into the no self, the connection, hands in the soil, maybe you can feel. Chrissy shares, I tread lightly and compassionately with myself so that I may tread lightly and compassionately with all those around me. Thank you. Inner compassion, self-compassion. Cheryl shares, I am listening, beholding, curious, deepening, fiercely loving, tenderly touching. Beauty of all these elements that we bring can be fierce sometimes, loving, gentle also sometimes. Thank you. Feeling that. And we'll pause here with Niels sharing, seeing us as the neighborly reorganization of elements in this moment, so aware of minding the conditions that support the well-being of the entire community in all its expressions. Wonderful. Just taking that in, the inclusivity and wholeness of the community present, coming together, many elements. Thank you, Neil, and all who shared, and we'll just take a moment maybe to feel the energy of the group as you look around, take in some faces, or breathe, and knowing that many voices here, and some voices we've heard, and other voices still present in the collective. Maybe we just take a moment to touch the collective, a sense, if we can feel it, sense of collective voice spoken through some of the words, but the collective voice we sense. Okay, I can pass it back to Sarah. Thank you for that.
This is actually me bowing in. I have this lovely honor as a no longer CTC member to invite the current beautiful, wonderful, amazing CTC for each of you to introduce yourselves. Those of you who are here, not everyone is. Let's start with Sarah. Oh, and when you introduce yourself, say what sanghas you're in and something you love about being alive on the earth in this moment.
Dear Thai, dear Sangha, my name is Sarah. I'm in Morning Sun Sangha, which is in New Hampshire, the United States, and Wake Up, and a BIPOC Sangha that meets online. And something I'm loving about being alive on the earth right now is warm, gentle air and really good, friendly hugs. Bowing out.
Himdeep, are you ready to go?
Sangha, this is Hindi again, calling in from the land of the Seneca people, colonially known as Buffalo, New York. I practice with online sanghas, Wake Up Buffalo Sangha, the Heartwood Sangha, and Wake Up Relaxing Morning Sangha. And something I love about being alive on the earth is tasting mango juice and eating strawberries. Thank you.
Maira, are you ready to go?
Yes, do you know me? I'm Aida Bawinen. I speak from the unceded lands of Puri people in the mountains of Atlantic Forest in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. And I practice with a lot of sanghas, originally with the sangha from Rio de Janeiro. And since the pandemic started with also the sangha from São Paulo, which is the other main city in Brazil, and with Holder Sangha and with Abrazadores de la Tierra, which is the Spanish-speaking Holder Sangha, and through World of Into Being Sangha, and guess that's it. Oh, and I love to be on the earth, well, in this very moment, because we have Zoom and internet, so I can be with all of you. And I love to eat jabuticaba, which is unfortunately a fruit you don't know, but it's the best fruit in the whole world. And to be dwelling in hammocks, which is something I do all the time since I was born. So why not? Thank you.
Stephanie, is this a good moment for you? Oh, so, okay, Stephanie is not going to introduce herself. She's got Daphne with her. Erin, are you ready to go in and introduce yourself?
I am. Thank you. And may I read, since I've been the reader, may I read what Stephanie wrote in the
Please.
chat? Yeah, thank you. Reading for Stephanie, who's also on our CTC. I just moved to Costa Rica to teach at the University for Peace, and I'm practicing mindfulness with my students. Something I love about being alive right now is rain. Rainy season, lots of rain. Thank you, friends. And that's so from me. I am I'm at Deer Park Monastery in Southern California, and I just came here, and I don't know the name of the indigenous peoples of this land. It's not in my memory, but someone can post it in the chat if they know it. But I feel the presence of the people, especially in the oak grove here with the grinding stones, and aware of the rich energy of wisdom in this place. And the main sangha for me, I think, is Earth Holder Sangha in some ways. And I practice with a sangha called recently called the Mindful Rebels in New York City. It is a climate justice sangha, environmental justice, practicing street meditation. And also sometimes with the Riverside Sangha and now the Deer Park Sangha. So what I love about being alive on the earth in this moment is clouds, sky, and the raptors, the birds in the sky soaring. Thank you. Bowing out.
AD, would you like to introduce yourself?
Thank you, dear Nomi. AD bowing in. Dear Tai, dear Sangha, he, him, land of Wintu, Sanghas, earth holders, River Oak Sangha, which is in Northern California, and Abrasadores de la Tierra. And something I love about being on the earth at this moment is the opportunity for collective awakening. Thank you. Bowing out.
And I believe, unless I'm mistaken, Yvonne, Kia, Shafali, and Sister Truevow are not here. If you'd like to hear more about them, their bios are on the Earthholder website. And so last, but most certainly not least, Simona, would you like to introduce yourself as the community coordinator?
Hello, dear friends. This is Simona bowing in. I am the community coordinator, and one thing I'm really loving about being alive on Earth right now is the sensation of touch and the opportunity for receiving a massage. I just traveled for about 12 hours and I'm feeling the stiffness. So I'm in Zapotec or Mixteclan in Mexico, and very, very happy to be here with you all. Simona bowing out.
So great love and trust and respect to all of you. Thank you so much for guiding us. Nomi bowing out.
Thank you, dear ones. Next up, we have the introductions. Just a brief intro to each of our committees. And there's a few committees that we actually won't highlight today because they're a little bit sleepy, but there's a lot of really wonderful things happening, and that's how the Sangha works, you know? Part of the garden grows and then part takes a little rest. But first, this doesn't qualify as a committee per se, but I know that the entire CTC and the Sangha just benefit so much from many volunteers that help Earth Holders community, like Nomi for one, Tree, Keith, Amber, Jess, Maria, and Ian. These are volunteers who have stepped into various roles that lend us such an exhale with their consistency and reliability and their depth of practice and open-heartedness. And it just, yeah, I feel moved by people who just can make themselves available to support. And we're very grateful for you. And then also all of you who come to the online sanghas, it wouldn't happen without you. And you contribute so much in that way. And then all of the many people who have ever donated. This is huge for helping us move forward and continue to grow and create containers for Earth Holders everywhere, all over the world. And then so many more beings that just help us along the way, right? Our families and maybe our benevolent coworker or our pets. Yeah, many beings. Thank you, I'll bow out and we'll go through a few of the committees. Thank you.
So this is Nomi bowing back in to talk about the online sangha, which obviously you all know about since you're here. And this is such a moment of happiness twice a month when we get to come together. And so, since I think you basically already know what the online sangha is all about, I'll just mention a couple things. Later, there's going to be an opportunity to offer to volunteer. And if you're interested in supporting the online sangha, we would love to hear from you. If you know anyone who you would really want us all to hear from, to perhaps facilitate it, 1 month, we would love to hear that too. We want to make sure you know about the YouTube page. Many of our online sanghas are posted there, and you can go listen to them. So if you miss one or want to hear of some before you started joining us, feel free to go to the YouTube page on the Earthholder website. And then lastly, I want to mention that Mayra and I have done a couple of grief and resiliency oriented practices on the 4th Sundays of the month. And in the new year, I believe we're going to do more of those. Perhaps every other month, we'll see what manifests, but we invite you to join us. We have to keep metabolizing our grief and building our resiliency in order to keep doing everything that I know you all are doing. So thanks so much. Nomi bowing out.
Thank you. Thank you, dear Naomi. Mayra bowing in again. I have very good news. We are having our International Earth Justice Retreat from next June, from 16th to 23rd. It will be hybrid and hosted by Plum Village. And we are going to do it. We'll try to do it. We'll try it, but let's see how it manifests internationally in different time zones. And so we'll be meeting a lot of volunteers and it will be amazing. So stay tuned for more info. This is it. Oh, and yes, grief and resilience Sangha practices will be shared on YouTube. Thank you, Bhavna.
It's AD bowing in with Finance Committee. We have gratitude for the Finance Committee, Shafali, Stephanie, Kia, Maria Sagambati, Simona, and myself. And a lot of gratitude for all the monthly and one-time donors. Earthholders is all volunteer, except for a very part-time coordinator, and we receive no funds from grants nor foundations. We have Earthholder Inc., which is a 501c3 nonprofit, so donations are tax deductible in the US. This year, from January through November 1st, our gross income was $8,300, our expenses $7,200, our net income was $1,100. And all our income was from Dana or the book club Zen and the Art of Saving the Planet. Each year we tithe 10% of our net income to a Black, Indigenous, people of color-led climate justice organization on Turtle Island in North America, and also to a BIPOC-led climate justice organization in the Global South. And for 2021, this was for the future in the Philippines. Thank you for listening. Bowing out.
So, dear Himdeep, are you ready to offer us a practice song while we take a little 3-minute break?
This is Hindi Pangan. Thank you, Sava, for the invitation. Yeah, this is a great time to take care of our body, have a bio break, maybe we fill our tea, or even move around if our legs are getting stiff, and stretch. I'm going to be offering a practice song, and then I'll invite 3 sounds at the bell so we can come back to our breathing and come back to our meeting. Okay. The song is called Guepo. It's by artists Nemo and Daniel. And I'm going to post the lyrics in the chat if you would like to follow along. I've been having a little bit technical difficulties with Zoom, so hope it comes through. Well, sorry, Zoom is not. I'm not able to post the lyrics. This song. If you want to go. So that's the name of the song and the artist. You can probably look it up on YouTube, or if someone else can post the lyrics, and I'll stop the song. Okay. Mute. Awesome. You're my life, you're my breath, you're small, you're my gas, you're the earth, you're the sun, you're the grass, you're a love, you're my hand, you're a bug, you're my eyes, you're a hug, you're the light in the dark, you're the spark, you're the fun. You're my mom, you're the water, the stars, you're my daughter, you're the fan till the end, you're my dreams, you're my father, with the ants on the ground. Miracles are small and feeling it all around, hemisphere in the clouds. You're my pain, you're my sorrow, you're the hope for tomorrow, you're the stand for them hollow, you're the path that I follow, you're the blessings that exist. Small things that are bliss, the gift to realize everything is a gift. All that I am, all that I see, all that I've been and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all, for it all. The blessings every time I try to count, the lessons that I learn every time I turn around. The water when I burn, every time I think I found everything I'm looking for. The signs saying stop, to take a bow, and keep moving forward, and start looking towards your heart. You open all the doors, and only then you start to hear the world sing in chorus with your mind and heart. Allow me purpose everything with pure Georges. All that I am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all, for it all. Every day I sit and pray because of what I have is more than I deserve or could ever imagine. I'll get back to all this magic and spread the love so everybody can have it. Doesn't matter if I'm rich or poor, got a family from all alone. Bad things happen, I can just complain and mourn, but there are a million things I can be grateful for. So I lift up my hands now and I open my heart, and my gratitude flows out to everything new and far. All that I am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all, for it all. With the blessings that exist, the small things that are bliss, the gift to realize everything is a gift. I hope you could hear me through that. All right, we can come back to breathing.
Thank you, dear Hindip. It's amazing. And now I'm gonna say yes, we're all rapping and dancing here. I'm gonna talk about a little bit about our global sanghas, and we know a lot of sanghas actually incorporate earth holding practices, so there's probably a lot more. But our official, let's say official earth holder sanghas are a few. I don't know if Simona will share it, or if you want me to share or just talk, but we are having a special place for them in our website. So first of all, if you are part of a global earth holder sangha, you can write Simona, and she'll here it goes. Yeah, there we are. Oh, this is me. This is sorry. Our Brazilian Earth Holder Sangha, which is Comunidade Guardiã da Terra, and here we have our beloved friends. We also have Gardiens de la Terre. They are the French community, and they are the heart in action. And we also have Earth Holder Community Ireland. They led a beautiful meeting, which is in our YouTube too, about their work and their connection to the land. We have Abraçadores de la Tierra Mexico, which was started by Aurora and Marcela, that you probably know from the last Dia de los Muertos retreat, Mindful Day at Deer Park. And we have the International Abraçadores de la Tierra, that is the Spanish-speaking international community. And we'll have an amazing Dharma talk, our next, yes, thank you, our next meeting. If you speak Spanish, please don't lose it, don't miss it, because Norma Barrero, she's from Mexico, and she works with indigenous youth, and she'll talk about Mayan cosmovision and the nature of interbeing. So it will be awesome. So don't lose it. It will be on the 19th, and you'll be noticed. Anyway, and we have our Wake Up Earth Holders, which is the wake up for folders, but you don't have, you can be young in your mind, in your soul, and in your heart. But if you are between 15 and 39, so next year I won't be able to join it anymore, but I'll continue joining. Anyway, those are the ones that are in the website, but if you want, if you have some, you can just text or email Simona and she'll add it. There are the infos about connecting with the sanghas, and here's the link at the chat. And one last thing I'm going to talk about, because I only have 1 minute, is that first, you of course don't have to ask for permission to create a Earth Holder Sangha, but we are here. Sorry, it's a motocross trail. We are here to help you and to support you in anything you need. Just write us, and we do a lot like the original Sangha. So, and second thing and last, you can adapt, as Tai said. Buddhism adapts to the place where it is. So you can adapt to your own culture and context. We are doing some experimental mindful walking with African drums to feel the beat and the rhythm of the earth here. So you can do this kind of things if you want. So please feel free to get in touch. And now I'll bow out, because we're having some song and movements going out. Thank you so much.
Erin, are you here? Okay, Simona, maybe you'll. Oh, there you are.
Sorry, I lost the thread there. Dear friends, we get to have even more music time and embodied practice because we want to really allow space for being together and deepening our practice. So in this, just for a few minutes, we have another song to listen to. I hope it will play through the technology. My invitation to you, it's pretty short, but it's just to move your body in some form of dance, and to, if you want to turn off your camera so that you no one sees you, you can do that, or you can leave it on if you want to share your visual expression. If you don't feel you can move your body easily right now, you can also do, we call it the one hand dance, which is moving one arm to express, and maybe thinking about expressing what you feel, what you've heard already from the many voices, the Sangha here, and the Earth Holder Sangha, like how you would express that in movement as you listen to this sound. Feel free to do that. Okay, let's see. Here we go. There, there, there. Mhm.
Dear friends, this is Simona bowing in. Thank you, Erin, for such a wonderful practice of movement and song together. So this is the Earthholder Community Gathering, and it really is possible because all of you are here. Everything that was intended for this gathering, all of the pieces that have been moving us through this process of the 90 minutes together, were planned out and curated and shaped by all of you. And so with that, I would like to say that there are many ways to stay connected with the Earthholder community. This might be one of your first gatherings with us. It might have been a while since you've joined an online sangha call. Maybe it's been a little bit since you've seen the people who are here today on this call. And we hope that that you'll continue to stay in touch and stay engaged. There are a few ways to do this. So I'll start by sharing that the time that we're gathered today, 11 a.m. Eastern time, so New York time, on the second Sunday of each month is one of the online Sangha times. We also have a Sangha time on the fourth Sunday of the month as well. And all of this information is on the Earthholder website. There's also a couple of ways to stay engaged through email lists and a Basecamp platform that we have called the Mindful Hub. And I'm going to be sharing links to each of those in the chat. If those don't get to you and you'd like to just put your email in the chat, or you can send it directly to me as well, then I'm happy to receive those. So these are ways that we share out information that we're having a gathering, about the upcoming retreat that Mayra spoke about in 2023. We'll talk about the grief circles. We'll share opportunities for volunteering, for what's up next, or just bits and pieces of earth holding practice too, to really support you in your corners of the world. So again, I'm going to be sharing that in the chat, so like look over in that direction. And thank you for being here. And I think Sarah's going to share a little bit more about some ways to even deepen that engagement going forth from this call.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. So when we were talking about community gathering, many of the CTC members were like, we've never been to one. It hadn't happened in a few years, pandemic and lives, and it's good to have equanimity for what we need to take care of, and now we get to have it. And we were thinking, oh yeah, it would be great to have a feedback form. So we're going to experiment with earth holders having a feedback form, and I'm going to propose it at our next meeting to just put it on our website, so that anytime someone like has a random thought about earth holder sangha, and we are going to put it into the chat for now, so if you do have immediate thoughts, because of course we were like, oh, it'd be great to hear from a lot of people in our community gathering, but that might run into like a 3-hour meeting. And so we do want to hear a lot of things and read a lot of things and be able to store them and synthesize them. And I know for myself, the intention with feedback forums is learning how to love our community better, which is just made up of people. Like, it's not the community, or like the community doesn't do this. It's like when one person wants something, it's really important to hear it and then to see what our capacities are to grow. And sometimes we won't know because we can't see everything from your perspectives. That'll be one feedback form. And then the second one will be if there's ways you want to contribute. And we're going to leave that one really open, because maybe that's artistic creativity, or maybe that's web development, or maybe that's organizing retreats or special themes. There's so many things that we couldn't even name. And so we'll also always have that available if you're like, there's something I want to do to practice together. like the more we practice together, we build our friendships, our Kalyana Mitra energy, our spiritual connection, and it's just been such a joy to do it. And we want to make more avenues for you to be connected with each other and with us as well. So those will go in the chat, I think. These Google Forms. And with that, I will bow out. Thank you.
Thank you, dear Sarah. Just to remind you all that we have amazing opportunity to be generous practicing one of our 6 perfections. I guess I'm retranslating it. 6 perfections, right? 6 paramitas, not sure. Offering dana, which will be in the link in the chat too. Simona will post there. Just to remind that, oh, here it is. What we do, of course, there's a lot of ways to practice dana. Volunteering is one of them. But since we kind of need a small amount of money to exist, the things that we use money for, AD mentioned in the beginning, the financial committee, we give a small percentage to projects regarding earth holding actions, and we give BIPOC scholarships. A lot of us, myself included, have benefit from scholarships from earth holder retreats. A lot of people around the world will benefit from it, as I did. And so please offer any amount of money for just for you to know. Don't know if you are aware, but my money costs 5 times a dollar. Well, au contraire, a dollar costs 5 times my money. Anyway, so any small amount of money is enough money. So please, if you can, of course, just practice Dana Paramita. And this is it. And now we are going, oh, we are so good in schedule. We are going to close, but first we're going to do a small, things are moving here in the schedule, sorry, about and pass to Aaron.
Thank you, dear Sangha. As feels like a gift to be able to offer more on this call. I think we're on time to the minute there, pretty close, so that's pretty amazing. But again, because there's so many voices and faces and people here in this gathering, want to do a little bit of grounding body practice to settle in toward the end of the call here, just in a intention to receive what we've received and reflect on it and notice where we are. So my invitation, this is all invitational, is to soften your eyes and your body and to find the ground under you, supporting you in connection with the earth, and allow the weight to be held and to flow and breathe, finding the breath, its rhythm, and the aliveness of the body, how you feel that in this moment with the flow of energy or pulsing stream, tingling, vibrating, moving this body and this earth together in contact, breathing together, alive. And noticing what we carry in this moment in the body, the sensations of it. Some are painful, or some energy of stress, and that we can hold that also in collective and space and be here with what is. Just take a moment for that. And noticing also the feeling, the emotional qualities emerging from the body and the perceptions that we received now and just now in the call. What's alive on our heart and the feeling, holding that. What is far away or distant, numb? What is really active and alive? Being curious. Just doing this for a moment with the breath. And our sense of presence, maybe we feel it now, and I'd like to invite us to extend that presence outward by listening with our ears into the space and then gently opening the eyes, keeping our body presence active and taking in, if you can turn on your camera if you'd like, and just take in the little sangha that you're in, whatever screen you're on, breathing and feeling yourself alive. And maybe you see a face and you can feel the aliveness of this person, presence, their presence, whatever is there, just to welcome that energy, however they are. And then we are here as one big family, sangha, what that feels like to be present together. Thank you. That's what I have for now. Passing it on. Team Deep.
This is Hindi Pangan. Thank you, Brother Aaron, for this wonderful guided practice. So I'll also invite us to continue to enjoy our breathing, smiling, grateful for the nourishment from dear Sangha siblings, from Mother Earth. And I'm going to invite the merit with 3 sounds of the bell. May we send our hearts along with the sound of the bell to all beings across space and time.